This video is a request from my mom. Of course, other people can do it also. And keep in mind that I have in mind some people with more limited mobility, and we're not looking for a lot of explosive movements. So we'll get right to it. Start with your kettlebell between your feet, and we're just going to do deadlifts. So one way is to do more of a squatty deadlift. So you can pick yours up, put it down along with me. So squatty means my knee angle and my hip angle are about the same. So this angle and this angle are about the same. The other way is more of a hinge deadlift, where my hips go back and my hips go forward. So squatty deadlift, switch hands. Now we'll try hips go back, hips go forward. Hips go back, hips go forward, hips go back, hips go forward, hips go back. So depending on many factors, you may prefer one over the other. Ideally, we want to do both. I'll keep a lot of the reasons short for this video. So we'll go 10 each, 10 squatty, 10 hinge. You try to do both. It doesn't have to be perfect. Key point is to keep your shoulder in, like down and not back, but like not forward either, but just like down, straight down. So, do from the side. We'll start with the squatty deadlifts. So, 1. Take your time in between. We're warming up. We're practicing the movement rather than thinking getting a workout. We're still lifting the weight. We're still getting in a proper session. Other side. I may not have my count all perfect, and it doesn't really matter. And you can also skip a rep if I'm going too fast. Another key point, at the top, squeeze the handle as hard as you can. And also glutes, abs, and everything really tight. So squeeze it hard even from the bottom. And then the top glutes and abs are tight, like you're bracing for a punch. You don't want to pull your stomach in or push out. Now, more of a hinge. Hips go back, hips go forward. Hips go back, hips go forward. Hips go forward. So, why? Why do both? Well, hips go back, hips go forward is a long jump. Hips go, the squatty movement is a vertical jump. So it just works your muscles differently. The hinge, more for posterior chain. That means pretty much every muscle along the back. Of course, you're working abs and everything also. You can't get away from that. And then the more squatty one, we'll be working more and the quads also, so the front of the thighs. So maybe these don't feel right for your knee, fine. Do the hips go back, hips go forward. Let's do just a few more of these. Hips back, hips forward. So you see I leave it down in between reps. Of course you can hang on to it and pump them out, but I'm thinking warm up. I'll try to keep this video to about 30 minutes. I do have my timer going. So next we'll add press. So to get to the press, we need to do a clean. So this time we'll start with the bell in front of us. Tilt the handle so there's a straight line. Swing it back. Once my elbow hits my body, it stays there, and I lift it up with my hips. Okay, so elbow stays there, lift it up with my hips. So rather than, see the difference? So, put your bell here, and then guys are usually more fist under the chin. Women may be out a little bit more. So what we don't want is a vertical forearm like we would have with a dumbbell, because now we're torquing in the shoulder. So, and then up. And then instead of just letting it down, we're going to do a one-arm pull-up. So I'm going to squeeze and use your pulling muscles until you get it back down. 2. We'll do 5. 3. 4. And you hear me go. That's glutes and abs contracting. You can put it down in between. So there's an old saying, you can't shoot a cannon from a canoe. So that's why we stiffen up before we press. We want to have everything tight for our press. Other side. Bells in front. Swing back, elbow stays. One arm pull up. 2. 3. 5. Down. To put it down, unzip your jacket. So thumb in. Okay? Common mistake is this. That's not good. It's weird on the shoulder, weird on the wrist. Unzip your jacket. We'll do another couple sets, no rush in between. So maybe you shake out a little bit. So that breathing pattern, so typically, if you're working on strength, you'll hold your breath through like the first 70% of the movement. So hold, exhale. So you can, if you have high blood pressure, stuff like that, you feel yourself getting dizzy, then don't hold your breath. You can go, probably breathe through your nose as much as possible. But one more 2 more sets each arm. So the bell's in front. So that shoulder is down towards our hip. Think about trying to put your shoulder in your hip. Just elbow stays. Here. Well, then maybe you look up at the bell. Another key point is have your bicep close to your ear. Not your ear close to your bicep, and the arm vertical. Okay, not here. Arm is vertical. One more. So as you get more and more used to it, maybe your reps are a little bit slower. Maybe your reps are a little bit faster. We'll get into that in just a little bit. Everybody has a little bit different timing. There are certain timings that some people want to hit for some reasons, different reasons, but for our purposes, the bell's just going up and down. We're just lifting the bell up and down. We want to use good form, but we're not too worried about the particular contract for 3 or concentric for 3, eccentric for 3, that kind of stuff. So, other side. Bell. One more. Unzip the jacket. We'll do one more. Another key point, as we're contracting the glutes and abs, we also want to pull the perineum up at the bottom of the torso, up. In yoga, they call it Mula Bandha, but it's not just a yoga thing, it's just do it. One more set each. If you need more time in between sets, just take it, hit pause. This is should be simple stuff, but even like the most advanced people can get more and more advanced technique. Because it looks simple, but there's a lot going on. One more each. Point the bell towards you, so this is a straight line. Shoulder towards the hip. Hike it back, elbow stays, hips go forward. Glutes, abs. One arm pull up to get it down. Two. Maybe you look up at it. So why 5 reps? When we're working on strength, in these like grind movements, which are like the squat, press, and we're working on strength, we want to keep the reps pretty much 5 or below so we can concentrate better and not let our form start to fall apart. Of course, we can do more reps if we want, but if you stick to 5 and you're concentrating, then you're on the right track. So, last one, left side. So, does my shoulder look right? How about now? Elbow stays. So maybe I look up, maybe I start to get dizzy when I look up, then don't look up. I think that's 3 each. Next we'll do a row. You can also shake out in between. These techniques, even if you're using a light bell, something that you can press 10 times. Of course you can press it 10, but maybe squeeze so hard and contract everything so hard that 5 is plenty. So even if it's with a lighter weight. And then, because if you have the light weight and you're just like, I can do this a million times. This is, I'm wobbling around all over the place. Then when I go to the heavier weight, I'm wobbling around all over the place. If I treat the light weight with respect, then when I get to the heavier weight, my form is there. So, depending on all the weights, the dumbbells, or kettlebells that you have, treat the light weights like they're heavy weights, and then the heavy weights will feel like light weights. We're going to switch to rows. So, maybe you can put your hand on your knee. Maybe you're bracing on a bench or something. If it's up higher, it's up higher. Don't worry about it. So same shoulder position, except now instead of pushing, I'm pulling. And then put your elbow to your hip. Hold for a count, and put it back. So you can let it rest in between. So key point is keeping the back straight. 2. 3. 4. 5. There's something I've been calling a study lately. And of course, I've always wanted to have good technique. Been doing this stuff since I was a little kid. I study it every day, but recently I started thinking of in terms of a study where you maybe vary your technique some and just really look at how the muscles are changing jobs and the muscle firing sequence. And I won't get too into the details of it, but so even if you have a light weight, just like, so this is a yoga class. So part of the study, maybe I come out a little bit. How does that feel different? I felt it over here more than back here. So, while the actual techniques of the study isn't anything new for me, it's just a little bit different way of thinking about it. And also having clients do it, especially the ones that are more experienced. Some of them are instructors of other methods, and so they already have a good physical education, so we're feeling through some different movements and observing. So we'll get rid of this bell. So maybe you're here, and so this brace here, it's all supported by bone up here. Like, I'm not here and like, see what I mean? This is all very sturdy. So I'm not leaning down as far as I was a minute ago. That's okay. One. Maybe this is all you have. Two. Be careful you don't slip though. Three. Maybe out a little bit. 4. 5. Hold. 7. Another variation. Maybe I'm throwing more at you than what you were thinking of. But maybe we don't have a brace at all. But we still want to keep that spine straight. We'll make sure we have that lower back arch. If you start to like collapse into it, don't worry about it. Forget it. Go back to this one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try switching hands on the last set, because if you're bent over and you're not using a brace, then your low back will start to get fatigued. One way to combat that is to alternate. 1, 2. Maybe you go here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the point of all the variations is it doesn't have to be here's exactly how you do the row. You do it from here and then to here, and you go down for 3. We want our body to do whatever we tell it to in the moment, and whatever is best for the object that we're lifting, because we're not just going to be lifting a kettlebell all the time. We're going to be lifting bags of bird seed or dirt or whatever. So I had swings requested. I typically don't recommend a lot of swings, even though it is a common, maybe the most common kettlebell technique. The reason why is a lot of times people do something like this, or so they're doing like this. So this is terrible. Or they'll do, which is also terrible. So without someone that knows what they're talking about watching you, it's highly unlikely that you're going to get to a swing that looks like this. Or the other type of swing that's okay is more of a kettlebell sport swing. So as far as swings go, So don't even worry about it. If you want the heart rate up more and you're doing more of the cardio, just do your good deadlifts and keep them close to the body. So the reason why those one swings were not good is it was too far from the body. Like, that's not a good deadlift because it's too far out. I need to be on top of it. So this one's kind of squatty and this one's more hingy. Either one. So I'd say if you're not working directly with a coach who's watching you, forget about the swings. We'll do 3 more minutes. Squats were requested. So we had our squats right here. These squatty deadlifts. So whether we're doing no weight, this is a squat, 500-pound barbell on our back, that's still a squat. We're lifting a bag of birdseed, that's still a squat. No weight, it's a squat. Doesn't matter where the weight or the thing is, the squat makes it. Squat is knee and hip angle are about the same. The hinge, you bend a lot at the hips and not very much at the knees. I think especially at first, so what I've done so far should give even someone that has a lot of experience. I didn't give details for people that have a ton of experience, but a ton of stuff to work on with these pressing. Sometimes we're looking at the bell, I'm getting kind of dizzy, so don't want to do that. I can do them like this though. Well, why am I getting dizzy? Maybe I should do that a little bit because it's in the vestibular organ, the vestibular system, the fluid in the inner ear. If it's not fluid enough, then when you're up here like this, your eyes are telling you that you're tilted and that something's going on in the inner ear, that something's off, and then so you start getting dizzy. So the vestibular system is connected to the eyes, and that's how you know if you're sideways or upside down. So we'll finish this with one more thing that's maybe a little bit more advanced, but more interesting. So the kettlebell's out, so I can just take like a natural step forward, and there it is by my foot. Bend down. I'm breaking that shoulder rule that I had a minute ago. That's okay. So from that step, I'm still swinging it back, and then I'm coming here. Now my back leg is loaded more. Don't worry about lifting your foot. I'm just showing you my back leg is lifted more. So to press the weight, so now my back heel is up. So I just had it loaded a lot. So my back heel, so all this is stretching. And then to put it back down, all the way down. And then so let's do I think that's 3. Back on the heels. 4. Other side. So, natural step forward, there's the bell. So the reason why for this, one, it's a balance thing. So when we're walking, we're balancing, and I want if I'm walking like this, that's not, so what's going wrong? Well, obviously my head is too far over this way. So when I'm walking, my head is right over my foot. If I take my head either way, I can't balance anymore. So, obviously, right? So, as we're walking, we're carrying something, whatever it is, we're controlling the balance. So we'll do one more like this. So when I started breaking my shoulder, I'm still having my shoulder into my hip. So maybe yours is a little bit closer. That's okay. You can be a little bit closer. Just watch your knees there. But if you can, be a little bit more wide. And then feel that bell is going straight through my hip into the ground. Pretty light on my right foot here. And then this way. So I'm pretty light on my left foot here. Don't worry about doing the balancing. It's happening anyway. So now my balance on my back. So you can go back down. One more. So that's it for the kettlebell. I'll show you a cool down that I've been using a lot with clients. I know it's different than you requested, but so we were just having this is it. Racquetball, handball. Kind of bounce it 3 times with my left hand. Okay, kind of bounce it 3 times with my right. I go right to left. So, just bouncing this around. So even, so like some people that have been here for a long time, like a husband and wife, maybe they're bouncing it back and forth. Maybe they have to take a step. I have a red ball that you catch with your right hand, and then the blue one is for the left hand. So, of course, this is hand-eye coordination, and you know that's pretty much it. But it makes for a nice cool down, and so a lot of times we're messing with these heavy weights, or whatever weights you were just messing with, whatever is heavy for you. If it was 10 pounds, it was 10 pounds. And I was talking about all that tension, even with the lightweight. Still, lightweight, but a tremendous amount of tension with the racquetball. It's the opposite of that, right? Same thing if you have a basketball. You've probably seen a basketball before. Just kind of have fun bouncing it around. And if at first you're bouncing it and it's like you can't get to it, just keep trying. Bounce it lighter. And make it as easy or as advanced as you want. That's it.